Hey guys, happy Monday. It's me, Jennifer from Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. And if you've been on Instagram this morning, you have seen hopefully my posts about braids and going in the water. Like, I can tell you now, after owning a hair company for almost 3 years, the most trying times are summer and fall. Why, you probably ask? Well, I am sure that every hair manufacturer out there can tell you that we absolutely hate the dam water. Okay? So, why? Um, Clients think that they can be aerial in the ocean, and they most definitely can't, especially with textured hair extensions, because we're not like Ariel. We're like, what's her name? Madeira. She was the Irish girl with the fiery red, major, like amazing hair from the Disney princesses, right? So Ariel goes underwater, her hair is sleek, it's silky, she comes out of the water, it looks flat, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's the same. But with curly hair and hair extensions, that's not the case. Um, and I would think too with straight extensions, honestly, you're mixing two different textures of hair. Your hair never feels like the extensions, and the extensions never feel like your hair, right? Like I always say, gosh, I wish my hair felt actually just as nice as my hair extensions do. But the truth is, it does not. My hair without product in it is like cotton candy. It's gross and it needs a lot of work to make those curls look good. So I would be foolish to think that I could go underwater and come out of the water and just have my hair be magically perfect, right? So here's where the challenge lies with the water and the hair extensions. My real hair feels lousy. Naturally curly hair typically is coarse, and it also has a raised cuticle naturally. So curly hair on natural hair will tangle more than straight hair because straight hair has a tight and compact cuticle. Now let's mix in extensions. And our extensions have a full cuticle. And that full cuticle is just like naturally curly hair. It's a little bit raised. So if you wear your hair in a bun or a low ponytail and you go in the water and you get your hair wet, your natural hair is going to start to dry really quick because curly hair is drier and it will dry quicker. And it's going to corkscrew, it's going to start to curl up and all the while start getting tangled in with your extensions. If you think that wetting it again is going to make it better, it's not. It's going to make it worse because once you wet it, you're now wetting the already existing tangles. And what's going to happen is those tangles are going to get re-wet and then they're going to tangle tighter as they dry. Mix in the extensions that are naturally curly and it's a hot mess on your hands, right? Um, Straight hair, same thing. Like if it's tangled and you re-wet it thinking that's going to help the tangles, it's not. It's going to make it worse. It's going to become more of a problem. And curly hair and hair extensions on a good day getting washed have to go through a whole system of detangling that's so much different from straight. You need to take your hair in sections. You cannot use a wet brush because a wet brush will just comb over tangles and not through tangles. And with curly hair, you need something that gets through it. You still do with straight hair, and some people with straight hair the wet brush is going to work. But with curly hair, you need something like the Felicia Leatherwood brush to get through it. Um, and so then the other time of year is the fall. Because the fall, we all start wearing these gorgeous wool sweaters with a high collar. And a collar just creates friction on our hair, right? So what does friction do? But it causes tangles. Tangles create mats. And then the cycle begins. And as a hairline owner, I get a lot of messages where this has happened, and be it that the stylist lacks giving direction to their client or the client lacks taking the direction, I don't know, but it's not the hairline's fault. Okay. So I am going to say this once and for all. If your client chooses to swim in the ocean or swim in the pool, their hair needs to be in super tight Dutch braids or French braids because that does not allow this hair underneath to move, right? Like it is weaved in there, just like it's weaved in the extensions, right? That hair can't move when it's tight in those braids. Those braids cannot come out until you are in the shower and you're washing your hair and you have conditioner with you and a wide tooth comb to comb through it in the shower, and you should not have tangles, right? Like I've tried it and it's the truth. If it's tight in those braids, nothing will go wrong, hopefully, right? If you take it out at the beach, you're up for a disaster. You have to have those braids in until you're ready to wash and style and go through everything with your hair. Salt water expands hair, which expands extension hair and creates more of the mess. Wool sweaters create friction and static, which will create crawling naturally to straight or curly hair extensions. So your client, if they choose to wear one of those, needs to probably put their hair up in a ponytail that day or carry fabric softener sheets around with them that they can rub on it to help with the static, because the wool sweater is going to constantly create friction. Even a high collared neck on a shirt is going to create friction in the back, and those extensions are going to need to be brushed. The best thing with straight hair and extensions is not oil, but the Isles serum finishing, the Isles formula finishing serum through your hair, because it will make it like glass. It will help block those positively charged ions that are going to create those problems. And same with curly hair. Like if curly hair, if your hair is set in your style with your products, with your gel, and everything is set to last, typically you're not going to have drama with that wool high neck sweater or high collared shirt, except for your natural hair underneath. But it can happen. And there again, fabric softener sheets, literally rub them on to get rid of those positively charged ions, or a little bit of the Isles Formula Curl Revive, run it through your ends because it'll make your hair feel like silk. So those are my tips as a hairline owner, knowing all the downfalls that can happen just as a stylist and a hairline owner in the summer and in the fall. And as stylists, we really recommend at Adored Signature Hair that you should be taking at least one of our online trainings. We have things that start from as little as $600 for the stylist on up to, our in-person day trainings one-on-one with me, where you get everything under the sun that you need to know about curly hair, hand-tied extensions, tips and tricks from me, how to cut, how to style, how to avoid these things with your clients, but being so thorough that mistakes don't happen. And that's just what it takes. So, number one, summer is hard on us stylists because we will get text messages from our clients who have said that they've listened to us, but they go to the ocean, they go on vacation, and it's like everything went out the window. They don't remember what's happening, and they're dunking their hair extensions in the salt water. Or in the fall with the wool sweaters and the high neck collar, like you as stylists need to push this back on your clients and explain these things to them. And we also send postcards in our orders that give you the direct link and a promo code for $50 off for our care and styling tutorials for your clients. So those are awesome for them because when you're doing their hair and they're so in love with what they're seeing, they're not listening to a thing you're saying. In one ear, out the other. Our Karen styling tutorials teach them from start to finish everything that they need to do, along with products, detangling, everything. Um, and it's their own personal library that you can find in our bio. There is a link, and you can find out about our education. You can find out about our Karen styling videos. I think those fall under styling videos or styling tutorials, something like that. And they are per each texture. The curly ones, honestly, are the best, regardless if your client has curly hair or beach wave or subtle body in their hair. Um, There's 17 videos in the curly hair tutorials that teach them everything under the sun. So I hope this video helps. I hope it reinforced my post about the braid. The post gives you an actual visual of the braid with explanation why. And this is to reinforce the fact that we as stylists need to teach our clients everything about their hair. And we also need to be armed with reasoning as to why things happen. So click the link in the bio. Get on our books for 2022 for our education. All the dates are posted. I'd love to meet you in person. And I'd love to share all my knowledge about extensions and curly hair with you. And if that's not an option, our online stuff is in our bio. So hope you have a great Monday.